Hey guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday, January 2nd, 2025, and I am coming on here with the first yarn yakking video for the year. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. I like to crochet. I like yarn a lot, and I make stitch markers along with other items. You can find those in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below in the description box. So yarn yakking videos are basically me talking about if I have any happy mail, if I've gone shopping, and if I have any finished objects. And I did go shopping, but none of the other things. But I have something new for you guys for the whole year, so stay tuned. All right, so we'll do admin stuff first. If you'd like to come and join, there is a Facebook group for this YouTube podcast. You have to answer 3 questions to join. I promise it's easy. You can also follow me on Instagram at Roselikescrochet. Feel free to tag me in any giveaways that you see on there. That is connected to a Facebook business page, so that's where I post, and the Facebook group is where you post, and I would love to see what you guys are working on. Like I said, the Etsy shop, TikTok, but I'm not on there all that often, and I have a spring shop, which is linked down below if you want to get some Rose Likes Crochet merchandise. Okay, so enough of that stuff. So I don't have any happy mail today, which is totally fine. But I did go shopping. I went to Walmart. Let me see when this was. Just to see if there, okay, so I went on New Year's Eve, so a couple days ago. I went there just to see if there was anything good, like Christmas clearance, because they did have like Christmas towels during the regular holiday season, but I didn't find any of those. But I found 2 things in the Christmas section that were on clearance. So I found this notebook right here. It says Merry and Bright, and it was originally $5 and it was 75% off. So I got this notebook for $25. And then I saw this in the Christmas section, which is a little gingerbread man, and he is from American Greetings, so it was like from the greeting card section, but there was no tag on him or anything. So I picked up another like little stuffed animal that was the same size, and the cashier scanned that little stuffed animal for me, and that little stuffed animal happened to be originally $3, but I got it for 74 cents. So I got this guy for 74 cents. There was no like UPC or anything on him for the cashier to scan. So I just brought up another little toy. And so I got this guy for 74 cents. So that's what I found at Walmart. I went in the yarn section. There was nothing new. There was nothing on sale. There was nothing good in the toy section. They did have their Valentine's Day stuff out, and they had quite a few stuffed animals, but I already have a lot that I need to make, stuffed animals that I need to turn into Lovey, so I decided not to get any of those. So that was it for shopping. I didn't buy any yarn at the store, but I did make an online purchase with Joanne, and I can't wait to show you guys what I got. It is a new style of Bernat blanket yarn. So I checked the app, and out of all the local stores, not one store had all of the colors, and there's like 12 new colors, and so I ordered it online. And so it's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. So just so you guys know, I did buy yarn. It's just not here yet. All right, so that's it for shopping. Like I said, no happy mail, but I have some hat sets that I want to show you. So for anyone who might be new, I am doing a collection for the month of January for hat and scarf sets, or hat and cowl sets. And these are going to go to my friend Craig, who I volunteer with at Wings, but he is collecting them for a homeless organization that he's working with for January. So he requested sets. They can be knit, crochet, any color, any yarn, it doesn't matter, but adult size. So I was recently with my local friends, Philip, Paula, and Carolyn. Hi guys. And Carolyn had given me a couple of sets, and Paula had given me a whole bunch of scarves. And I told her if she gave me the scarves, I had hats here, I would match hats to go with the scarves so we could donate those to Craig. I also had someone purchase 2 sets off my Etsy shop. So I'm gonna get all these out here on the table, and then I'm gonna show you. Hang on. All right, you guys. So the person who purchased these, I did ask them if I could mention their name on the YouTube channel, and they did say yes. So her name is Diane, and she is from Tennessee. So hi, Diane from Tennessee. Thank you so much for making this purchase off my Etsy shop. Yes, I do still have sets listed in my Etsy shop. You are not obligated to buy any sets off my Etsy shop. I have them up there because it is still really cold here in Chicago. So until I'm ready to actually bring the donations to Craig, those sets will stay up in the Etsy shop. So anyway, these are the 2 sets that Diane purchased. So this is one set. It is a divine hat and a divine cowl. And I believe this is a Red Heart Super Saver Ombre yarn, except I don't remember the name of the color. So she purchased this off of my Etsy shop, and I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Diane. And then she also purchased this one, which is also a divine hat and a divine cowl. And the divine hat is, the pattern is linked down below in the description box if you need to go and check it out. So she also purchased this one. And it is so soft and silky, and it's going to be so nice to donate this to someone to keep them warm through the Chicago winter. So Diane, thank you so much for purchasing these off my Etsy shop. I really appreciate it. So then I was with, like I said, my local friends, and Carolyn has made a couple of things to donate. So when we were out shopping, we had found some dollar yarn at Walmart, and she made 2 sets out of that dollar yarn. I don't think it was 1 ball. I think she bought 2 balls of the yarn. So she made a beanie and a cowl, and look at how cool the way that thing pooled. That is so awesome. So this is one of the sets that she made. And then, like I said, she had 2 balls. So she also made another hat and a keyhole scarf out of the second one. And then she also gave me this, and she told me the pattern. I don't remember what the pattern was. It was like a free pattern on Hirschner's. I guess it was a free download. I don't remember when, but it's a cowl, and she was using Hirschner's speckled, something like that. And she ran out during one of the repeats, and so she just decided to add some more purple yarn. If I can find the pattern, or if you guys are interested, just leave me a comment and let me know. But I know it was a free pattern from Hirschner's. And it's really, really cool. I love this part right here. It's just a really neat pattern. So this is so tall that it can be used as like a hooded cowl. So we are going to give this one to Craig as well, so that he can get this to the homeless shelter. But it's really, really, really pretty. And it's super big, you guys. So Carolyn, thank you so much for making the hat sets and this super mega cowl. I really appreciate it. So now I'm going to show you all of Paula gave me a bunch of scarves. Now she made 1 set, and then her and Philip have a friend. I'm not going to mention names just because I don't know that that's okay. And that friend knits scarves for them. So they give her the yarn, and then she knits the scarves. So I took some hats out of my stash to match the scarves. So let me grab those. Hang on. All right, you guys. So there are a couple of sets, like I said, that Paula made herself. So I'm going to show you. Well, this one she made. I think this is just a scarf. I need to get a hat for this one, I believe. So she made this scarf, and I'll grab a hat that matches this. But her kitty cat was on top of her when she made this. So I'm not going to open up the bag. So we got this one, which I will grab a hat to match it. Then we also have this set right here, which is a hat and a scarf. And I believe her friend made these. And then we've got 2 of these sets, and I'm not sure. This looks like a Karen cinnamon swirl cake. So there's a scarf in there that is actually a fleece scarf. So Paula has been working on her sewing machine skills. So she's got a hat and a scarf right there. And then we've got another hat and a scarf right here. And then we have another hat and scarf So the green was obviously on a knitting machine, and then this is a divine hat. So we've got that set. And then the other ones are ones that are, well, here, I'll just tell you which ones they are. This scarf was made by the friend, and then I added this hat to go with it. I figured purples and blues, so I added that one. And then here is the same color scarf, and then I added this hat right here. This is actually a Ross hat. I didn't make it, but I bought it from him. So I figured what better way to have him be a part of this donation too. He doesn't know about it. But anyway, I purchased this like last year and I haven't worn it. So I figured I would submit that as a set. And then there is this scarf right here, and I paired it up with this hat. So there is another set. So like I said, I made these hats on the knitting machine, and these were hand knit by Paula and Philip's friend. Again, here is a scarf that's hand knit and a knitting machine hat. We have a couple more. This is another scarf that's hand knit, and there is some orange in there. You see it right there. So I paired it with that hat. And then, like I said, Paula is learning how to use her sewing machine with fleece. So she made this scarf, and I paired it with this hat. And then she had another one in the same material, and I paired that hat with it. So those are all the sets that I have so far that are going to be going to Craig. Plus I had one from, I think, like a couple weeks ago. So all these sets will be going to Craig. So if you feel so inclined, you are more than welcome to send a hat and a scarf, or a hat and a cowl, adult size, any color, knit or crochet. Knitting machine is fine. The P.O. box where you send it to is linked down below in the description box, or listed down below. So that's all I have for donations for today. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, and then I am going to insert clips of some finished objects that I finished a while ago that I haven't shown you guys. So stay tuned for that. So the first thing I'm going to mention, and I'm only going to mention it because I'm going to be doing something every month as well. But go check out Litza at Coco's Crochet. She and I are collaborating on a birthstone mal, and I'm really, really excited about it. And this is like, I think, one of the make-alongs that I might actually participate in. Obviously, I can't win my own prize, but I think it might be fun to do. So go and check it out. I'm going to link her channel down below. I'll see if I can link the video where she talks about it. But Litza is like totally amazing. Like, she's my best friend in Australia. Okay. So hi, Litza. Anyway, go check it out. So she got me thinking, and I've actually been thinking about this for a while, but I want to do something on a monthly basis too. Now, there might be some changes to my channel for this year with regards to charity work, et cetera, et cetera. So until things get kind of straightened out, I wanted to start something now that we can do all year round. So January through December. And it doesn't involve you guys actually mailing me anything. So let me know what you think about this. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a Facebook group called Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. So I will try and link that group down below so you can check it out. But what happens is people make little things that they put in little baggies, and there's a note that you can use that says something about Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. And it's not whatever you make and you put in the baggie, you're never going to know if someone picks it up and if they ever put it in the Facebook group, because people might pick it up and not ever put it in the Facebook group. But what it is you can just make any little thing that you want and put it in a baggie with a little note on it and leave it anywhere that you want so people can find it. It's like Random Act of Kindness, except it's a random act of crochet kindness. So there is actually a playlist of a whole bunch of things that you guys can make for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. But what I want to do is I want to have not a contest. But if you guys want to do some kind of charity or donation thing this year, what I decided to do is I wrote down 12 different things that we can make that are small. They're really small things. And what I'm gonna do is every month I'm going to fold these pieces of paper up. I'll tell you what's on them. And then we'll just randomly pick something for the month. So for example, we have a smiley ball. These are just some of the things that I found. A worry worm, a flower, a rainbow, a star, ice cream cone, butterfly, heart, a fidget key ring or flower, a shamrock, an owl, and an angel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold these up and I'm gonna put them in a little container so that I can't see what is actually on the little note card. And then every month I'm gonna pick one of these, and what I want you guys to do is make these items if you want to. You don't have to participate. So I want you to make these items and then like take a picture of one of them, just one or all of the ones that you make. So take a picture and email me the picture by the end of the month. So by the end of each month, email me the picture and tell me how many you made. It could be just one. It would be totally fine. So take a picture, tell me how many you made, and just give me a general idea of where you left them. So here are my thoughts. Here's where I'm planning on leaving my random acts of crochet kindness. I am going to leave them, I'm at the post office all the time. So I am going to leave some, 1, 2, I don't know, at the post office, at the grocery store, Costco, the library, Target, Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I don't really shop many other places. I was thinking the gas station when I'm gonna go get gas, but like where would you actually leave it where someone could find it, right? So, so that's all I'm gonna want you to do is at the end of the month, take a picture of whatever items you made and then let me know how many and where you left them. And then we're gonna have a giveaway at the beginning of the following month. I'm just gonna do a random name picker of anyone who sent me an email that participated, and there will be a prize. But I don't know what the prize is gonna be yet. So, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about doing this, because I'm ready to do it. And obviously I'm just talking about this right now, so I'm not gonna pull an item right now because it's only the 2nd. We have some time, right? So what I'm gonna do is the next Yarn Yakking video, we are gonna pull an item out of the bucket for the random acts of crochet kindness. I think I need a bigger bucket because I can't even mix these up. And then we will start at the next Yarn Yakking video. So if you guys are game for random acts of crochet kindness for 2025, let me know down below. Okay, so believe it or not, that's all I have, except I am going to insert some clips of some items that I have been making like for the past couple months for craft fair season. And I think what I'm gonna be inserting are some clips of Leggy Frogs, and I have another clip that has some Pickles, Stingrays, and frogs in it. So I'm gonna insert, there's 3 different clips. So I'm gonna insert those here so that you guys can see all the stuff that I've been making. And then there's probably gonna be more like in the next Yarn Yakking video that I have to insert. So I'm gonna insert those right here. Hey guys, Rose from the past. I am coming on here to show you some leggy frogs that I made. Today is actually Sunday, September 1st, and I am getting ready to go to a craft fair. This is the shirt I wear when I go to my craft fairs. It's got my logo on it. If you want this shirt, you can go and get it at the spring shop. It's linked down below. Anywho, I know I've done these frogs before, but I have to pack them up, and I don't have time to actually upload a video. So I'm just making this short video right now to show you all the frogs that I've made. And I have made these in the past week because I had a craft fair the weekend of the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and I sold out of all my frogs. So I have nothing left. So I was frantically making frogs. So I'm just going to show you the frogs that I made. The pattern I use is from, it's on YouTube. It's a YouTube tutorial by Chloe Crafts, and it's called the Leggy Froggy. So I'm just going to show you the ones that I made. I'll show you the yarn that I used. So the first set of frogs I'm going to show you is using Bernat Baby Blanket, and I did use an entire ball of yarn. The color on this one is called Baby Blue Green. So just so you guys know, if you have any of that and you wanted to see what it looks like worked up, I'm going to show you all the frogs that I made. So they look like this, and I absolutely adore making them. They're so much fun. I'm not sure if in the tutorial she uses blanket yarn or not, but I always use blanket yarn with my amigurumi and a 7mm hook. The safety eyes right here are just black, and they are 15mm. And then I just use a piece of black acrylic yarn for the mouth. So for that particular color, I got 1, 2, 3, oh my gosh, and this yarn is really soft, you guys, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I almost got a complete 9th one, but I ran out of yarn, so I had to take from another scrap yarn that I had, and I don't remember which scrap yarn this was, but so this one has a little bit of a blue booty on there. So I think that was 9 or 10 frogs out of that one ball of yarn. Okay, so that's one color that I just did. And then the next color that I did was also a Bernat blanket, and this color is called Deep Sea, and I'm going to show you right there. And they're all a little bit wonky, and it's okay. Like the eyes sometimes pop out, and it's totally fine. I love making the arms like this with the little I don't know, pads on their hands and feet. But I think they're so cute. They don't take a whole lot of stuffing either, you guys. So you wouldn't even need like a really big bag of polyfill. If all you wanted to make were a few frogs, you can get a little bag of polyfill. So for that color, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 8th one right here, I ran out of yarn, so I just found some scrap yarn again, blanket yarn, and I gave him pants. So this will be a frog in pants, and I actually made some frogs in pants before, but I used like a black row right here, and then the bottom were a different color, but this one I made it all the way down to here with the green, and I used every single last bit of the green. So that is that color. And the last one that I did is this one, which is it's from Walmart. It's Mainstays Cozy Chenille yarn, and I recently just got this on clearance at Walmart in August of 2024. So I don't know if they carry it anymore. The color is called Teal Multi, and it's basically the exact same specs as Bernat blanket yarn. So these guys are pretty much the same. So for this one, this is how they turned out, and it pooled because it's like a striped yarn. So they all look a little bit different because the colors pooled in different spots. So here is one. I'll just show you all of them because they look a little bit different. There is, so you can see like it pooled in the back right there and then went around like that. So there's 2. This one went like right up the arm. There's 3. There's 4. This one looks pretty funky too. 5, 6. Oops, I'll show you this one next. 7. And this one I ran out of yarn about almost halfway down right there. So I used a scrap yarn also. So I think that's 8. So I can get anywhere between 8 and 9 frogs out of one ball of blanket yarn. This is 220 yards, I believe. 220 yards. So just so you guys can see how many frogs you can get out of one ball of blanket yarn. You can get almost 8 or 9, I think. Just a few of them had to have a little bit of scrap yarn, and I didn't want to not use the whole ball. So yeah, so that's what they, you know, a little bit of scrap on that one. I think I got more out of this one because one of them looks a little bit skinnier. I might have missed a stitch somewhere. So anyway, there are the Leggy Frogs. These are going in the bag, and I have to go and load up the car. So that's all I have, guys. Hey guys, it's Rose from the past. So I am coming on right now to show you some Leggy Frogs that I just made. I would like to get my inventory up, so I went and found a ball of Bernat blanket yarn, baby blanket yarn, and the color on this one is called Leafy Greens. So I wanted to show you some of the Leggy Frogs that I made before I pack up my car. The tutorial that I use for my Leggy Frogs is a tutorial on YouTube, and it is by Chloe Crafts. So I will have that link down below in the description box if you want to go and check it out. But I will tell you that this was a full ball of yarn, so 220 yards. And I got like 8, almost 8 full frogs out of there. So I'm going to show you the frogs. So these are the Leggy Frogs. And of course I modified the pattern a little bit because I like to do my arms and legs the way Crystal from Chronically Crocheting does her arms and legs for her monsters. So I will link her down below also if you want to go check her out. But the tutorial for this frog is by Chloe Crafts. So I got this guy. So I got 7 that were completely just using this color blanket yarn. And I use 15 millimeter safety eyes, and I just use black on these guys. Unless it's like a really cool color frog that would need cool colored eyes, I just use black eyes on them. So that is 7 right there from that ball. And then I had this much left over. And so I gave this guy pants. So he is wearing a pair of pants. I'm going to call him Frog and Pants. And this is just some leftover yarn from, I think, a Bernat blanket Ogo. So I got almost 8 full Leggy Frogs out of one ball of Bernat blanket yarn. And that's all the frogs that I was able to make. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be more coming. So keep your eyes peeled for more frogs. Hey guys, Rose from the past. I am coming on here tonight or today or this clip to show you a couple of things that I made. I have to pack up my car and get ready for a craft fair, so I figured I would show you guys this real quick before I put them in the bags. So it's actually 3 different things, and I'll tell you why it was 3 different things. So I started making stingrays for my last craft fair, and I ran out of time. So I only used up like half the ball. And so I still had like a little bit left in the ball. So I wanted to finish it up and make more stingrays. And I'm running low on pickles, emotional support pickles. So I needed to make some more of those. And then I had a little bit of yarn left over from the pickle yarn to make a frog. So I'm going to show you all 3 of those things. Okay, we're going to start with the pickles first. Okay. So the tutorial that I use is called Crochet an Emotional Support Pickle on YouTube, and it is from Mary Makes. So go and check out that tutorial. I will link it down below in the description box. When I make my amigurumi, 99.9% of the time I use blanket yarn if it's Bernat or Michaels or whatever blanket yarn I can find, Hobby Lobby, and a 7mm hook. So most of my amigurumi, if not all, is done in that way. So I basically followed her tutorial. I modified it a little bit because I was using blanket yarn. And the saying that I found for my pickles, I found, I don't know, on Instagram or Facebook. I don't know. Wherever it was that I found it, I just found it and printed it out and attached it to my pickle. So I'm going to tell you the yarn that I used for this particular batch of pickles was Bernat Baby Blanket Sparkle, and the color on this is called Limeade Sparkle. And this is the pickle. And I figured out a way that I wanted the warts to show up. So I actually wrote down the rows where I do the warts and how many stitches I go in. But it's really just trial and error for you guys. And then this is the saying that I found, and I just tied it to the pickle. I'll see if you guys can read it there. And it says, emotional support pickle. This pickle is here to help you deal with whatever life throws at you. And there's a picture of a pickle on there. So from one ball of Bernat Baby Blanket Sparkle, which is 220 yards, I was able to get these two, and then this one, and then a fourth one. So I got 4 of these pickles out of one ball of Bernat Baby Blanket yarn, and I had extra left over, but I didn't think I had enough for another pickle. So I'll show you what I used the other the leftover yarn for. But this is the size of the pickle. It is literally like the size of my head, you guys. So it's a pretty big pickle. I really like making them this size. I think they're really cute. They're the same size as my chill pills. So I made 4 of these emotional support pickles, and like I said, the tutorial will be linked down below. And then I had enough left over to make a frog. So I made a Leggy Froggy, and I'll tell you the tutorial I use is on YouTube, and it is from Chloe Crafts. Again, I modified it using blanket yarn and a 7mm hook. So I got 1 complete Leggy Frog out of that. And then, like I said, I had only made about half the ball of Stingrays. So I found the yarn for the other half of that ball. It is also by Bernat Baby Blanket, and it's called Pixie Dot. And then for the underbelly, which he's got a little smile, I just use Bernat Baby Blanket and the color white. So like, that's pretty good, you guys. I got 3 balls of yarn out of here with this. Okay, so so I was able, so I can't remember how many I made before, maybe 5 or 6 of these, maybe 7, I don't remember. So I was able to get out of that the rest of my Pixie Dot, 3 of these Stingrays. Oh, let me tell you who I use. It is on YouTube, and it is by Teresa's Crochet Shop. So I will link that down below as well. Now I did modify it a little bit so that I could put the tail on as I'm going instead of sewing it on later. So if you guys want to check out her tutorial. So I got 3 complete ones in the dotted yarn, and then I ran out of the dotted yarn. This is why I'm showing you this in the same video as the pickle. I thought that was really cute. So I ran out of the pixie, and I just used the leftover of the sparkle to put it all together and make the tail. So I have 4 more Stingrays that are ready to go in the bag to my craft fair. So that's going to be it for this clip, and I'll return you to the regular rows now. Bye. All right, you guys, so let me know what you think. The frogs, actually, I'm pretty low on inventory for frogs, so at some point I am going to have to start making some more frogs. I have a ton of green yarn, so that's fine. And I think there were some Stingrays in there, and I think there was some pickles in there too. So let me know if you've made any Leggy Frogs or pickles or Stingrays. And I think that's going to be it for this video. I really would like to encourage you to donate locally if you can. So if you can't send a set to me, please donate locally. But as always, when we were talking about wings videos last year, make sure that you contact the organization that you want to donate to before you bring in donations, because they might not need whatever you have to donate, which is perfectly acceptable for any charitable organization to have a very specific list of what they want. So that's all I have. I hope you guys all had a happy new year. And also, besides the sets and donating that, let me know what you guys think of the random acts of crochet kindness if you're going to participate. Let me know down below if you're going to participate. And also, the playlist for random acts of crochet kindness is in my playlist section of my channel. So if you want to get a head start on any of the ones that I showed like the names for, feel free to get a head start. I have little plastic baggies that I use for my stitch markers. So if whatever the random act is small enough to put in there, I'm going to do that. But otherwise, I'm going to go and get a box of like the little snack bags and probably use those to place my random acts. Now, the best part about the random acts is you'll never know if someone actually found them, but that's not the point. The point is actually leaving them and hoping someone finds them. So, all right, that's it, you guys. I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.